What's good? What's good? What's good? We back. Let's get a closer angle. There we go. There we go. We back. We back with the Boston Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. Final thoughts. It's the first live final thoughts video I've done. Talking Erislandy, Lara, and Jarrett Swift Jarrett Hurd, as he likes to say. That's how you want to be called. And should be a very, very exciting fight. And you know, boxing. One of the boxing pages, Boxing News 24, said it was the fight nobody's talking about. I think it mean on the mainstream level. I think it's going to deliver. Got an excellent card from top to bottom. Televised to start with Julian J. Rock Williams versus Nathaniel Gallimore, followed by Caleb Truex and James McGill rematch. Obviously, your main event, what we talking about right now, Swift Hurd versus Erislandy Lara, and that's a good fight. Ever since Lara lost to Canelo at 155 pounds, super Canelo weight, Lara, ain't fought nobody. Was it Did he fight Ishe Smith, Yuri Foreman? I mean, it was a who's bum list. To be honest, I got to turn. Hold on, give me 1 second, fellas. Yeah, I got to switch to mobile. For some reason, YouTube Live don't work with my Wi-Fi. Unless I'm in the basement, my man cave, but couldn't do it today. But what's going on, homie? So I'm Mr. McCray, a little bit tired. So, but yeah, Lara ain't fought nobody. And Lara didn't seek out this fight. So IBO title. IBO don't mean shit. It ain't a real title. The ring belt is more prestigious than IBO. I don't think anybody owns the ring 154-pound title. They're probably gonna try to give it to their boy Saddam Ali after he beats Lima Smith if he does. But honestly, both guys made weight. Hurd made 153. Erislandy Lara made weight. I can't remember what he made. I think it was 154, 153, some change, whatever it was. And as soon as Hurd got off the scale, Hurd, yeah, he is. As soon as Hurd got off the scale, he went to rehydrate. And the funny thing about it, I don't know if anybody noticed how late this weigh-in was. Even for in Vegas, it was 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think that was Erislandy Lara pushing for that late weigh-in, so Swift Hurd wouldn't have those 4 or 5 extra hours to rehydrate. I think if he did push for that late weigh-in and made the weigh-in late, I think he's worried about Hurd's size and rehydrating. He is older. They started Lara's 34. With the Cubans, you really never know. And I think he may be slowing down too. Lara may be slowing down, and this definitely gonna be the fight to show. But if you banking on, because Angulo has some success versus Lara, and you banking it on that for Lara, for Swift Hurd, Lara, they're not the same type of fighter. Swift Hurd doesn't apply the relentless pressure, and his pressure attack is nowhere near the same as Angulo. Angulo had an excellent left hook. It was sharp. It was tight. It was everything. It was compact. He delivered the left hook. Hurd kind of eases his way on in. He like to use his. He's not really his height, but he just like a Paul Williams pressure. Tap you from afar. And he touches you. He's not gonna touch Lara enough early on, in my opinion, to really have an effect on him. Man, he's a solid puncher, but his pressure attack really don't kick in until your fatigue kicks in. And with Lara, that fatigue can be an issue because Lara does a lot of unneeded movement. When you move when you don't need to move, that kind of speeds up the tiring process. And versus Gulo, he did that. He moved too much, and Angulo made him pay with the left hook. He took his energy, but Lara was in excellent shape. He caught a second win. But remember, that was 3-4 years ago. Lara is 4 years older than that now. You could say he got wear and tear, but he ain't fought nobody. Terrell Goucher, was it Ishe Smith, Vinaz Monterosian again, Yuri Foreman. It's been a sorry list of fighters that Erislandy Lara has been fighting. So he really ain't been through no wear and tear, but age is age. No matter how in shape you get, sometimes it just keep up with you. And with Hurd is just, he's not the same pressure fighter as Angulo. He say he gonna bring pressure like Angulo, but he don't bring that attack. He don't bring that left hook like Angulo brought. He don't cut the ring off like Angulo cuts the ring off. They working on head movement, even though Angulo didn't bring no head movement. he gonna try to mimic Angulo, okay? But he don't have the tools to Angulo to mimic Angulo, in my opinion. His left hook is nowhere as compact and sharp, as hard as his. But, he does some other things. He likes to put that long jab out there. His jab may be better than Angulo's. He likes to touch you. And after a while, his physical size just wears on you. A lot of guys break down. But I look at the guys that fall like Austin Trout. Trout isn't a big puncher. He ain't going to be able to keep nobody off of him. And people say, man, Lara ain't a big puncher. But Lara, his left hand is underrated. He got more pop than Austin Trout. But like I said, the weight lay-in made way on Swift Hurd. If he, gave it up at the negotiation table, he shouldn't have. Because he could have 4 or 5. He could have had a whole extra meal in a day, on Lara and put that weight on. But maybe he just want to prove to the world he don't need the weight. And the IBF, I don't know if they had nothing to do with it, but there's no same-day weigh-in for the IBF when you're fighting the unification class. So they don't have to do a same-day weigh-in. That's the Canelo rule right there. But it's going to be an excellent fight, man. I can't stress that enough. Showtime got another banger. Hopefully, no crazy shit happened. Y'all remember when Paul Williams was it Kermit Cintron fought, and Kermit Cintron fell out the ring because he was about to get his ass whooped by Paul Williams, and he faked that shit. You see a lot of crazy shit going down in the ring. Bernard Hopkins with the shoulder injury because he knew Chad Dawson was gonna beat his ass. I seen a lot of strange shit happen in the ring. I remember over the years, a lot of robberies. Remember Spinks beat Taylor and they gave it to Taylor. That was terrible. I thought Bernard and Stinky Winky was a close fight. There's a lot of good fights out there, but Winky and Taylor was another close fight. It was a lot of great fights, and this may be one of those great fights there in Las Vegas. Bayweather Promotions is promoting this, and I just want to see a good fight. And this is the type of fight that can bring Lara out of his shell, entertainment wise. There's many people that's hoping for Adonis Stevenson to lose to Badou Jack. A lot of people is hoping that Lara loses this fight as well because people think Lara is born. But the thing about Lara is you got to make him come out of his shell. You got to make him offensive. In that Angulo fight, he made him offensive and ended up getting the hemotoe on top of Angulo's head. The kid can be offensive. Lara got some underrated power. It's just, can he get to the fourth punch in the combination? Them Cubans do a 1-2 or 1-2-3 at the most, and they go back into defensive mode. They go back into safety mode. They go back to basic Cuban fundamentals. And they having a shitty ass slide, man. May it be Sullivan Barrera getting whooped up by that karate hand Kung Fu master Dimitri Bivol, because them hands was flying like Kung Fu master, like Ip Man. May it be with Luis Ortiz getting stopped. May it be with Rasmus Bartholomew getting his ass whooped. May it be with Gamboa sliding the Cuban, or Rigondeaux as well. I forgot about him. It's been a hell of a slide for the Cubans. And can Lara put the home team on the board is the most important question, man. Can he put the home team on the board? And I picked Lara to win, man. If you ain't seen the prediction video I did on Monday, I did Nate Gallimore and J. Rock Williams first. And then I came back later in the day and did the Lara and Hurd. But for Hurd, basically, he gonna have to be a faster starter, man. He can't give up no rounds, And it really ain't about giving up rounds too for Hurd, because Lara ain't gonna take no rounds, You're gonna have to force Lara to get some rounds. It's gonna be close rounds because it's going to be hard. Lara trying to dance around the ring and pot shot. If it worked on his head movement, he can slip 1 or 2 shots, just one shot. He can counter Lara and get off on Lara, because Lara, he seldomly going to get to the third punch in the combination. The fourth punch, you ain't got to worry about it. It's just a mechanism in the Cuban's body where they got to get their hands back home, So if Hurd can get to his third, fourth punch in the combination, and get that left hook to the body, and hold Lara, still, that's going to be important for him with some body work, because for Angulo, that's what did it. Them 2 left hooks that Angulo caught Lara to the head and dropped him with, those wasn't because his power, or just because the left hand landed sweetly and it just so happened to drop Lara twice. It was because he set those left hands up to the body. He kept rocking that man's body, and then when them hands dropped, he dropped the left hook, he couldn't see it. And for Hurd, he gonna do something similar. But Hurd punches don't flow like Angulo punches. It's just he a little bit more sloppier, man. But he gonna have to get off faster. He gonna have to drop the left hand to the body, some body work, and freeze Lara, and then go for the kill. Cause what he did for Trout, that shit ain't gonna work. Not off rip. What he did with Trout, trying to touch him and then hurt him on the jaw. Yeah, he gonna hurt Lara. He can hurt Lara for real. He really can hurt Lara. He can. He really can hurt Lara. He can. But It's gonna take more than that effort that he gave versus Tony Harrison and Jarrett with Hurd. It's gonna take not no fucking professional level shit. It's gonna take him some elite level fighting skills. It's gonna take him a jab to the body and coming over the top with the right hand. It's gonna take him setting some shit up, punching to the solar plex, punching to the body, jabbing to the solar plex and jab, trying to set up a jab, trying to set up a left hook to the body, right hand combination. He gonna have to do some shit that he ain't used to doing. A little bit of head movement as well will help her. But remember, her head usually sit right in the middle. He got a big melon on top of them shoulders, man. He got a huge melon. And I'm trying to tell you, I think I picked Lara by late KO. I think Lara may stop him. I know it might be stepping out on the edge, but I think Lara may stop him. You know, he take too many punches. Lara left hand is real. But the thing about me thinking about Lara KO, I don't know if Lara gonna put more than 3 punches in the combination. I think Lara gonna walk him into something. And I think Hurd ain't gonna see it coming. That's what I think. I think Lara's gonna dress him up. The best punch, the punch you don't see is the punch that gets you. Yeah, I can see him winning by unanimous decision. Sometimes I step out on the ledge and go a little bit over the ledge, but I think he gonna punch you with a punch he don't see coming. I do. I think he gonna catch Hurd with some shit he don't see coming. Hurd gonna get desperate late. He gonna do that shit he did with Trout, and I think Lara gonna counter him and hurt him and stop him. But I can see unanimous decision. I can see Hurd winning. I like Hurd a lot. I definitely can. It's gonna have to be some improvement. He can't just do what he been doing and expect to keep winning and not expect other boxers to adjust and see what he doing. You know, Lara gonna have to come out and press that man early to keep him off of him. You know, so all Hurd do is come forward, no head movement, and just take shots and just give it. You know, he's a Paul with a little bit physically, bigger Paul Williams. You can't win like that. You seen with Paul Williams used to rely on his jaw and he moved up in weight, even though Hurd ain't moving up in weight probably no time soon. He relied on his jaw. Sergio Martinez put his lights out. He wasn't the same fighter after that. And obviously we know what happened with the motorcycle accident and stuff of that nature. So God bless Paul Williams. But yeah, you can't keep relying on your chin. You know, your body neurologically has a punch count or a punch or damage count. And once it takes so many punches and so much damage, you're going to give out. That's why you see some fighters, one fight they look like they're the king of the world. And then after another fight they taking so much punishment, they just started to shroom up and shrivel up. So that's saying something as well. But if Jarrett Hurd connects with that right hand, he could. But I trust Lara's jaw. I trust Lara's jaw. I do. Lara got a solid jaw. I can't say that. Lara gonna have to fight Hurd, and if Hurd can connect, there will be exchanges, breaks down. Lara isn't going to be able to. I don't believe that. Y'all just looking at the fighters that Lara fought. That Hurd fought. Hurd. I think Lara might be the best puncher Hurd than faced. Especially on this elite level. Austin Trout ain't the puncher Hurd is. The Lara is. Tony Harrison's a good puncher on a smaller level, but I'm trying to tell you, Lara got some dynamite in that left hand. Lara, dude, the thing about Lara is he won't put the combinations together. That's my thing with Lara. He won't put the combinations together. It might be the fight. Because Angulo, if you watch the Angulo fight, Lara was punching with Angulo with his combination. So he trusts his chin. He'll punch with you, and he get to punch with Hurd. I'm trying to tell you, he going to hurt Hurd. Y'all say, oh, he did this to Austin Trout. Austin Trout is nowhere the accurate, crisp counter puncher and the power puncher that Lara is, in my opinion. He gonna fuck Lara. He gonna fuck Hurd up. I'm telling you, I like Hurd too. I see your point. Canelo was banging with Lara. Yeah, Canelo is a different type of fighter. Especially on the clincher brawl. He a different type of motherfucker on that shit. Basically, who you think is the best 54? I don't know. That's main to be seen. I can't say Charlo. I can't say Lara. I can't see her. All of them about to fight each other. 54 is just a dead man other than the top 3 fighters. Gallimore Rock tomorrow. We see how that go out, but Hurd is gonna have to do something different. He gonna have to show mass improvement to really win this fight, other than the puncher's chins. Because Lara and Ronnie Shields is too smart for that shit. You not gonna just come down the middle and try to land a right hand on a technician like Lara. Do I think Lara defensively is overrated? Yes, I do. He is very overrated defensively, but I think he could see that slow shit from Hurd coming. And Hurd may come on late. And Lara is probably 34. He really probably almost 40. So you don't know what them legs got left in him, to be honest. But I'm trying to tell y'all, this is the best puncher, elite puncher that he's fought. And I'm just talking about elite puncher. I'm talking about velocity, accuracy, and power. And counter punching and punch placement. You know, variety. Lara really ain't got no variety. It's that big left hand, and that's what it is. But in Angulo, he was mixing hooks in. He was punching one Angulo. And if Hurd get in there and mix it up, Hurd going to take some damage. And y'all say, oh, Hurd got a chin, but what's the best puncher that Hurd fought? Yeah, he fought Tony Harrison. He's an okay puncher, but he hasn't been proven to be the biggest puncher on this title level. Austin Trout, not a big puncher. You know, was JoJo Danny fought? Not a big puncher. This is probably the best puncher he's fought. You know, he got size. You know, you got a granite chin. Y'all say that, but you ain't got a granite chin until you start fighting elite counter punchers, elite masters, elite punchers. I know Lara don't have a lot of punch variety. I keep saying that. When I say punch variety, I mean punches that he throw well. You say uppercut, jab, right hook, left hook, uppercuts, left hooks to the body, up jabs, whatever you want to say, check hooks, regular lead hooks. He don't bring the most variety. But at the end of the day, when you're dealing with a guy who don't move his melon and just want to take it good as he get, you ain't got to have the best punch variety. Lara is Hurd's toughest fight. Yeah, for sure. This is his real fight. Because y'all remember, Austin Trout, this is the same Austin Trout that had to rebuild his career on Friday Night Fights. And what's the old boy that dropped Austin Trout? Was it Danny Green? What is the dude from Australia? It'll be an interesting fight. Due to Lara doing nothing, fighting nothing but bums. Hey, I just mentioned that. He fought nothing but bums. At the end of the day, he getting the best sparring in the Plex Gym with Jamal Charlo. So, he's staying sharp. Who do you think stopped Triple G in that division? I don't know. Probably nobody stopped Triple G. He got a good jaw. I don't think anybody stop him. He get older, somebody do stop him. Be that shit like he 38, turned 36, 37 this year. You right, Hurd is more durable than anyone Lara fought. Yeah, he very durable, but for one, he don't have an amateur background, and one, he ain't really been through the ringer in the division. I'm trying to tell you, this is Hurd's real fight to see if he real or not. And I tell you this, if he fought Jamel Charlo like he fight other motherfuckers, he gonna get knocked out because Jamel Charlo is probably the only junior middleweight that can match Hurd's physicality. Honestly, he's the only junior middleweight that match that physicality. He's just as big and strong as Hurd, and he's a better boxer, and he's a better puncher, and he's better physically athlete. He's a better athlete than Hurd. Lara would be a difficult fight for anybody like Charlo Jamel, for the simple fact. Excuse me. That's somebody that helped groom you and Lara for Charlo Jamel. He groomed the Charlo twins just as much as Ronnie Shields was an integral part of building them after they didn't make the Olympics. Lara is that. It's hard to fight your mentor and somebody to help you become the fighter that you are today. And I look at that situation as, I know Jamal said he might leave, Ronnie Shields and go somewhere else if they fought. He don't want Lara and Charlo to fight, but it's business, and they got to see who the best in the division is as well. So I know some people hoping that Hurd wins this fight. I don't give a shit. Give me Lara, Charlo. Give me something to talk about in that division. There's no doubt Lara is the hardest puncher that Hurd has faced and most accurate. A lot of people don't think about, when people say there's no way this guy can knock this guy out. People don't think about it. Like, when you a different type of fighter, it depends. Some fighters can just knock you out while your muscles are tense or are braced and and all that. But it's punchers like Mayweather that people didn't think could knock out Ricky Hatton, that do it with IQ, who do it with counter punching, who set you up, and then wait for you to fall. And Lara's one of those guys that can set you up, and he has deceptive power. He gonna set Hurd up. They got something in store for Hurd. If it work, it worked. I'm not claiming to be no prodigy at calling these fights, because they can go either way. Hurd is fresh goods. He gonna tire Lara out. You could say that, but at the end of the day, I'm telling y'all guys, Lara is a vet. Lara knows what he wants to do with that guy. They have a plan. And I'm telling y'all, Hurd is not going to take Lara's punishment for 10, 11 rounds and just going to come back and do what he did to Austin Trout. This ain't Austin Trout. Based on Lara's last fight, I'm not sure he's going to be able to ride around all night. I'll take my chances. Who is Charlo? Nobody. They ain't think about Charlo at 50. Jamel, they didn't announce nobody. They announced Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mares rematch. He was supposed to be on that card. Nobody announced for that Charlo. He might just wait around for the winner of this fight. Hurd, tough motherfucker, but so is Lara. This fight is extremely tough to call. I don't think it's extremely tough to call, in my opinion. I think people making this fight closer than what it got to be. People, anytime you hoping for a motherfucker to knock somebody out in the 12th round or some shit like that, it ain't close for me. You know, I don't see it as being skill for skill. I don't see it being competitive. But once you put in her size and his heart, then it comes competitive. It all depends on what Lara got in the tank, man. That's what it comes down. It don't got shit to do with Swift Hurd in this fight. And I like him. It ain't shit that he got to do. It's all on Lara. Can Lara, do what he do for 12 rounds or Hurt knock this guy out? That is the major question. We all know Lara is the superior fighter in every skill attribute, maybe other than power. Hurt might got some power in that right hand. We talk about speed, accuracy, defense, offense, footwork, counter punching. You know, it's Lara across the board. But what make boxing interesting is more than attributes. The most skillful fighter don't always win. And when you got a boxer puncher, a swarm or pressure fighter always bothers a boxer puncher. But I still expect Lara to have one last war. But that Cuban curse real. I wouldn't be surprised if he lost. Tony Harrison can box. I train. Yeah, he can box, but motherfucker ain't got no stamina. He been having stamina issues. He can punch too. Tony can punch. Mumford Mustang. What you talking about, man? I know. He can punch. Just got a little bit of stamina issues. Will you be live streaming during the fight? I'm thinking about it, to be honest. I'm thinking about it, depending on how I feel. I have a tough week. Long week dealing with individuals at work. It's a 50-50 fight. I won't say it's a 50-50 fight, but I can understand where you're coming from. Is this Lara's best matchup since? Absolutely, it's his best matchup since Canelo. I mean, that's why I say he might be fresh enough for her because he ain't fought no fucking body. Harrison has good footwork, so it will be interesting to see her deal with someone who has slightly better footwork and more pop. I'm not even sure that Lara might have more pop than Hurd. I just think Lara is a more seasoned puncher placer. You know what I'm saying? When you can place your punches and you accurate, you know, that can take the place of a little bit of punching power. I think Tony Harrison may be a better puncher, you know, purely than Lara. But Lara left hand is a motherfucker, man. I got Charlo coming out on top 54. Hurd, a weight bully. He look like a light heavyweight. I ain't gonna go in the weight. If you can make the weight, there's no debate. He holds the IBF, so as long as it's in a unification class, which this one is, he can. They do a same day weigh-in except for unification class, so he been having to weigh 10 pounds under by the next morning of the fight, same morning as the fight. So I don't get that weight bully shit is garbage. You know, every fighter is a weight bully now. I mean, Crawford was 177, fighting at 140. Earl Spence walks around at 170, 180. Mikey Garcia was walking out 170, fighting at 140. Everybody's a fucking weight bully in boxing. Nobody really fight at their natural weight other than like Floyd. If he can make the weight, he can, make the weight. That's what I'm saying. Do the winner of this fight take on Charlo? That's the plan. There's no mandatory. When you hold a belt, you don't have a mandatory. Lara going to win, but I won't worry her to win. That made me no difference. I want to see Lara and Charlo. That shit gonna be crack. I don't care. Y'all didn't give a fuck about the fight in the ring. For much the backstory. How Charlo and Ronnie Shields split, and his brother said he don't want Lara and his brother to fight. The backstory gonna be dope. A lot of trash talking. I don't see her outboxing Lara. No, nobody expect her to outbox Lara. People expect her to do a knife in Aaron Judge home run. Yes, I'm a Yankee fan. Lara wins, but Hurd has intangible side. I just spoke on that. Hurd looking like good. I think Lara will win early rounds. And yep, I don't think Hurd gonna be able to come on strong like he usually does. I think Lara's gonna take something out of him. I think Lara's gonna hit hard. Trout was landing nicely and Lara was way more accurate. I agree with that. What's going on? Hurd had problems with Trout. Lara will give him problems. I got Hurd winning by knockout. Hurd is dangerous. Fight for Hurd ain't shit for Charlo. It's not a dangerous fight. Try to tell y'all. Lara is a more dangerous fight for Charlo. Hurd is tailor made for Jermell Charlo. I'm trying to tell y'all. Jermell Charlo can punch and box just as good as anybody in that division. He not gonna take them punches from Jermell Charlo and make it to the 12th round. I'm telling y'all that Jermell Charlo will knock Jarrett Hurd the fuck out. No doubt about it. That's a lock. That's 100% lock in my book. Go bet your house on that one. He if he don't knock him out, he come beat his ass. That Charlo is just as physically as big as Lara. That physical shit coming down the pipe. He gonna knock that motherfucker clean the fuck out. It's gonna be a clean knockout. You know, like when you cut something, it's just a clean cut. It's gonna be a clean knockout, bro. Lara, the only one in the division that could beat Charlo. That's the only one. Lara's the only one that could beat Charlo. I got Charlo winning knockout. Yeah, Charlo will destroy her. Her might be the Sean Porter style. Yep, but Charlo is the style to knock out the Sean Porter style. You know, but the thing about her, he don't sell out early though. Y'all notice he don't sell out early. He don't sell out early. You know, he kind of feel you, kind of that Paul Williams type shit. He kind of feel you, and then when he feel you weak, then he go for the kill. You know, that head just so big. It's gonna be a good fight. I may do a live stream tomorrow. I don't know. Everybody been doing them now. You know, so sometimes I just enjoy the fight, man. I just want to enjoy the fight. Hurd might try the Sean Porter style. Make it. Hold on, I already seen that. It's gonna be a good fight though, man. It's a good card, man. What's coming up next week? I'm not sure. I don't think shit come on next week. Is a fight coming on next week? I can't. My head is just gone. A long week and even longer week next week. I don't know who fight next week. What's next week? The 7th. It may be a top rank card next week. I don't know. But I do know the 21st, Adrian Broner is going to be in Golden Gloves. Adrian Broner is going to be taking Jesse Vargas. I plan to be out in New York City. If you're out in New York City, let me know. We can hook up. You coming for a Spence fight? Yeah, I'm planning on when they fucking announce it. Texas cheap, man. I can fly right into Texas, man. I can have my pop give me a plane ticket for Texas. I'm going straight to. I go straight to Texas. That ain't shit. Texas, like, even with a flight, my shit like $300 if I don't get somebody to give me a flight. Yeah, I just dropped a video. Russell by destruction. Russell beat the fuck out of Joseph Diaz. Jerry Russell gonna destroy that motherfucker, man. I like Joseph Diaz though. You gotta have power in both hands to keep Hurd up. I don't think so. I think you be able to box his ass. You'll be alright. That left hand would be enough for Lara to box him. You know, it'd be enough. Jab, hold him. Left hand, put his dick in the dirt. Jab, hold him. Left hand. Hurd, I like Hurd, but he just so limited. He don't bring no head movement. He don't use his height. He hunch over. He give you opportunity. Charlo crashed Lara and Hurd weigh in and called them out. Oh, I ain't even see that shit. Cause he ain't got no opponent for his day. He supposed to be fighting in Los Angeles on Santa Cruz in a Mares 2 rematch. Why is they doing that fight again? Harrison just gassed out to me. Yeah, he just gassed out. He was doing too much fucking movement. Harrison should have sat down his punches and just, not do that much movement. Same thing he did with Willie Monroe Jr. Not Willie Monroe Jr., but Willie Nelson. He just in that fight he just threw everything too hard. You need to find that perfect groove to move enough and throw shots enough, man. But yeah, New York City, I'm gonna be out there. Probably gonna do the Times Square, Manhattan, Friday. When I get there, I'll be in Queens. But Times Square, Manhattan. Then I might go back to Manhattan Saturday. Chill out there, do some shopping. go back to the hotel, then shoot out to Brooklyn. See what's going on in Brooklyn, man. In Brooklyn. I want to go to Harlem, but I probably won't make it that far. I probably have to come back again to get to Harlem, though. But, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking out with us, man. And then, you know, if I get out there for New York, I'm going to have a lot of good live streams from the Barclays Center and some shit I'm doing in New York. So, y'all, you know, be on y'all toes for live streams, all that Friday through Saturday, man. And we're going to do some early morning final thoughts at the airport terminal, you know, about Broner and the situation. So, we'll see. That fight should be that fight was tight too, bro. Remind me of the comment actually up. Alright, y'all bros, I'm gone.